Hello to our colleagues around the world. Last year, we launched our strategy Building the Present and Creating the Future to improve the performance of our current business, but also to prepare for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow. The Executive Board engaged with 150 BAM colleagues from companies across the group, but also with representatives of young BAM to identify, to do things better, do better things, and do new things. These pillars will help us to focus our project portfolio, shape our business portfolio, and create our future portfolio. Through a series of roadshows across BAM markets, we have communicated our vision and received feedback from each operating company to develop the strategy further. But to make our strategy really work, we need everyone on every site and in every office to play their part. Studio BAM is a video production that brings our strategy to life and engages everyone across the group in achieving our common goals. This production will focus on 4 key themes: leadership, strategy, project management and safety. Erik Baks, my fellow board member and Chief Operating Officer, will host Studio BAM, sharing stories from across the business to inspire and motivate. I hope you enjoy the show. Let's get started.
Hello and welcome to Studio BAM. My name is Erik Baks and I'm glad to be your host today. Studio BAM is a video production with the aim to talk about the strategy and to engage you with this strategy and to bring it alive. We have a panel of BAM colleagues who will share their experiences and views on this strategy, but also on the leadership skills which are required to make it a success. Before we start the discussions, I would like to introduce to you our BAM band under construction. The players of the band are colleagues of us in the Netherlands. And I think it's a great example of collaboration and engagement, but also of bringing hearts and minds together. The strategy was developed with a big team of people a year ago, but to get it work well for all of us, we need everybody to engage. So the first topic of the show is talking about leadership. Our leadership is based on our 4 core values. So the values of BAM, I hope you all know them, are proactive ownership, predictable performance, scalable learning, and open collaboration. Emily, what does it mean for you, leadership?
For me, it means somebody who influences, encourages and inspires a team or an individual towards a goal.
Can you give a good example of somebody in your own environment?
Yeah, somebody that I've worked with is a construction manager called Paul Thomas. Yeah. He's worked up his way through BAM as a trainee and now he's a construction manager. And he's somebody I really look up to.
And what's Paul doing?
He's a great listener. He treats the team very equally. Everybody has a say. And when making key decisions, he will take on board everybody's opinion to come to that decision that tries to work with the whole team.
But you say good listener, and I think that's very important for a leader. But yes, sometimes decisions should be taken or direction should be given. How does he do that?
It should indeed, but he does it in a non-dictatorial way. Yeah. We don't have so much of a steep hierarchical structure in the UK. Everybody has an opinion, so he'll take on board everybody's opinion.
Okay. Farshid, what does leadership mean to you?
Erik, one of the most significant topics of our group strategy is proactive ownership. I would like, from my side, I would like to bring a relation between this proactive ownership and a good leader. Yeah. What is a good leader? So in my eyes, a good leader is accountable and feels responsible. Responsibility means that the leader, the man who is going to do the job, is not going to do the job because he's assigned to do the job. He's going to do the job because he feels this is his own job. This is his own company. This belongs to him.
A passion to do it.
Exactly. So you have to be very, very close to them. And this motivation means you have to recognize their effort. You have to respect their effort. You have to show them they are not staying alone there.
Yeah.
But also you are trusting them.
Yeah.
You are trusting them to be able to...
Trust is maybe the key word.
Absolutely.
You have experience in Middle East as well. Is it more Middle Eastern way of managing?
Yes, and it is based on the attitude, or let's say based on the mentality of the people there. In Germany, everything is well organized. In Germany, everything is planned straight away. There is a clear procedure of work.
So the way you described the management in the Middle East is maybe more from the heart, and the German is very much organized. I think the blend of both could be very successful.
Absolutely.
And probably also a thing which would help is if you have more diversity in your teams. And maybe we should look at a video about that, because we have a video made by BAM International on the International Women's Day. Maarten, if you look to leadership, you have also to deal with two types of leadership in your life. Because on one hand, you are a manager in BAM, and you are in the hierarchy, and you have to lead a team. But you also have a second role. You are the chairman of Young BAM, and there you have to be more inspirational. Can you tell a bit about both situations and what the difference is for you?
Yeah, that's correct. By doing both types of leadership styles, it's also giving me the opportunity to work with variation, which gives a lot of fun. And I think that's a great thing to have in work. But I really believe in adapting yourself as a manager, as a leader, to the team, to the people you work with. Adapting to the behavior that you should.
What's the advantage of doing that, adapting to behavior?
Because when you understand each other and when you could level with each other, then you could better work together.
We have Young BAM in the Netherlands. Would be nice if you could roll it out to other countries as well. Are you working on that?
We're working very hard on that. 1.5 years ago, we started also a Young BAM in Belgium. Yeah. And now, since we were involved with the new strategy, formulating the strategy, we had good contacts within BAM. And at this time, we are investigating to expand also abroad. And currently, we're looking for opportunities in the UK.
Alistair, you are with BAM quite a long time, and you were a managing director of Ritchie's, what is a company within Nuttall.
That's right. Yeah.
You just got a new role. You are now the director of people and culture. What's the purpose of that role?
When we look at how we do business in the UK, we for a long time have looked at behavioural safety and used that as a campaign for moving us on beyond simple aspects of safety. Ultimately, when you look at that, you understand that it's cultural and it applies across the piece. Yeah. All the things that we do within our business end up having a cultural root about doing them correctly, doing them well, and having a sense of motivational, personal leadership, personal interest in doing them.
But does it mean that you work on developing the leadership within Nuttall?
Looking at
leadership style and
trying to integrate it across everything that we do. So it's not simply a safety thing. It may have started there. So it needs to be gathered together. It needs to be helped, supported, and managed.
What I found also interesting is within Nuttall you did a cultural scan among all the employees.
Yeah. So
can you tell a bit about that?
The cultural survey was really interesting. It's a very straightforward way of asking people about their opinions, and there were a lot of interesting things.
Can you give an example?
Well, asking people about whether they enjoy working in the company is a more useful question than asking them whether they think they are paid enough, or questions that are quite emotive. Actually, when you want to try and understand somebody's overall approach, it's much more sensible to ask them a variety of questions about their attitudes and how they act.
In fact, the leader should be a follower as well.
And there's a wonderful piece around that. One of the things that we are very good at in the UK is working on those groups of leaders to teach them how to listen, and also to listen and get that feedback, to take feedback and make something positive of it. Not be rejecting of feedback or feel that it's tiresome. Take the feedback, use it to improve yourself and work more closely with people to feedback.
And giving feedback is also not easy. Eh? How do you give feedback in a positive way, Emily?
I think you can't just go in completely negative. You do have to find positives as well out of a situation, because every situation does have positives and negatives. I think you need to give a rounded and honest answer to people, and they will respond.
Okay, great. I think we have a question from the audience.
Hi, I'm Michael Burkhardt. I'm a project manager for design and engineering at BAM Infra. And you're discussing leadership in relation to our values, the BAM values and the strategy. And I have a question about one of those values. We strive for predictable performance, but for this we need this requires perfect preparation to prevent problems, and also less improvisations. And I would like to know, I'm curious, how would you deal with this?
Okay, thanks Michael for the question. Martin, could you respond to this question?
Yeah, I think it's a good question. It's really common in a construction company as BAM. And as a leader, we should completely facilitate working with new techniques and innovations, but also, for example, BIM and platforms. And main part of the strategy is make it before you make it. So every construction that we are planning to design and to build, let's build it virtually first, because we have to learn and we can make any mistakes that is needed before we start executing the project in live. And we should stimulate that.
So I would like to wrap up this block about personal leadership. Thank you for your very good input. I think we had an interesting discussion about leadership, and it demonstrates how complicated it is, because we want to have clear leadership by giving maybe a direction to a team, but also you want the leader to have listening skills, who engages people, who participates with the team, openness, giving feedback in a positive way, but also open to receive feedback and to learn from that.
Woke up cold on Tuesday. I'm looking tired and feeling quite sick. I felt like there was something missing in my day-to-day life. So I quickly opened the wardrobe, pulled out some jeans and a t-shirt that seemed clean, topped it up with a pair of old shoes just ripped around the seams. And I thought, these shoes just don't suit me. Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything is right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. I'm short on money but a long, long time, slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine. And I'm running late and I don't need an excuse, so wearing my brand new shoes. Take me wandering through these streets where bright lights and angels meet. Stone to stone, they take me on. I'm walking to the break.